Geotechnical Investigation, Hill Road reconstruction. Motion of the Borough Council regarding a geotechnical investigation to identify soil conditions to be encountered prior to the reconstruction of Hill Road. The cost of the project is $14,000.
Question for Joe Sutton.
Sure. Yes.
We feel that there's water infiltration under there that's causing this problem.
Well, I think there's a belief that there may be some water infiltration that has caused the pavement to fill along that segment of our Hill Road. And, without doing the core borings and, finding out what the substrata actually consists of and trying to find out at what elevation there's water, if it exists, this is the only way it can be done. I mean, the specification that was put together and put out to bid for the contractors to make the repairs consisted of excavating approximately about 18 to 20 inches, putting a 6-inch under drain in, putting about a foot of number 4s, choking it off with some 2A stone, and then putting our pavement section on top of that to support the weight. So, in talking, having the under drain there is one way of capturing any water, but who's to say there might be water below that elevation that's we're excavating? I mean, the cross section we have is a heavy duty cross section consisting of number 4 stones. And you look at most of the roads that have ever been built in Bridgeville, we've built and resurfaced them. We always find number 4 stones. So whoever built the roads in Bridgeville, the residential developments, did a good job. So
your hopes are the test marks will be able to see if you've got something.
that would reveal anything if it's there. It's a
tough pill to swallow.
It's a tough pill to swallow. Yes.
I have a question for you, Joe.
Sure.
Are we just doing it in the area where it's rippled, or
No.
are you going to do it down towards Sill Halls?
We're not going in front of Sill Halls.
No, I mean towards Sill Halls, where the last big patch is along.
We're going to start at Union and work our way up to the block.
Because that section heading towards Sill Halls on the left-hand side where they got it marked off, it's all crushed down.
Right, so that's what I want to mark out is where we're going to make the repairs.
Where that one sewer is, it's all collapsed around there too. So.
It had been suggested to me, Joe, with the possibility of a French drain on the hillside, part of from Bower Hill.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thought on feasibility of something like that?
It's a possibility, it's something that we can consider to do if we find that there's water getting underneath the pavement in that area, but we don't have any repairs. I mean, I'll tell you this, when we did the milling resurfacing back in 2014, and we proof-rolled the road with a loaded truck. We didn't have any movement, we didn't have any water coming up. So where the water's coming from is a geological anomaly. The only way we're going to find the location, Bill, is if we do the drilling. So,
Yeah,
but I won't rule out an under drain. We can always add it in.
I don't profess to be an expert in this at all, but as I looked, when it was suggested to me, and I went down and looked, that hillside comes down pretty close to Bower Hill.
It's pretty steep, and it's a shaly material that's got a lot of water probably percolating out through it at different times of the year, probably more so in the springtime than in the summer and fall.
So to do a French drain like that, you would have to dig back the hillside.
You dig back the hillside or dig along the curb line.
And you probably have to stabilize it in order to do it.
No, you wouldn't have to. I think you can stay away from the hill. Be along the curb. You don't want to disturb the hillside.
Well, yeah, that was my
Yeah.
concern when I was
Right.
at it, and that's
Right.
why
Yeah.
maybe this is that.
There is no water line underneath that section of Bower Hill Road.
No, there is.
Confirm that.
We confirmed that.
But there are at least two sanitary sewers. And I'm sorry, not sanitary sewers, storm sewers.
We've checked the pattern.
And you've checked the piping in them, you've cambered them,
Yes.
and
There's no damage.
when was the CCTV done on the sanitary sewers?
I can't recall when it was done, but we checked our records, Pat. And if there was damage to sanitary sewers, it would have been done, it would have been put into one of our sanitary sewer point repair projects.
This was,
And I think we did these before we did the reconstruction, thank you, Lord.
we have not cambered it since the reconstruction, correct?
No,
Okay. What is, we're supposed to camera every so many years anyway?
yeah, we were
Does it
on
make sense for us to run a camera through the sanitary sewer? To see whether or not it's collapsed down there?
we do it every 5 years.
This has been at least 3 since the reconstruction. It's not even as something special, but just as part of our normal CCTV, you know, making dirty movies.
Well, we don't camera every 3 years, but if council wants us to do that, so.
We could do that.
For this one to see if it's been collapsed. And you are telling me that the storm sewer has been cambered after the reconstruction?
Yes, it was. It was the fault, so.
That would leave the sanitary sewer.
Mr. Petroselli.
Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, gentlemen, ladies, Mr. Engineer. I spoke to Joe for about 45 minutes today, since I'm involved with this for years and years. I believe what he's doing now, he may be the right thing. We really don't know if we have water up there. We have no idea if we have water till this boring test will be done. Now, when it was worse and buggy, nothing happened. 100 years ago, that road was fine. Only once we have this situation here. Is that road is going to collapse tomorrow? No. Of course, I'm not an engineer, remember that. But it takes longer than that for a collapse. There'll be more additional vision things for collapse the road tomorrow. It collapse in 1 year? I don't know. Nobody knows. I hold that council not to prove this, not this now. This, I think they're doing the right thing. But 2 years ago, I said, let's wait. We have a very light winter this year, so we really can't tell what's happening. I believe the only way to see what's underneath there, it is to do the boring test. But we think that the road is going to go down in 1 year. I don't think so. It would have to be really something. It's something that you council gotta agree what you want to do. You want to hold it more, you want to get this out of the way and do it. You really don't know what you come up with. I have a experience on Bridgeville a few years ago. I don't know if it was an engineer. By the way, Gateway Engineering is a fine organization. They're engineered for anything you want to. This might not be just idea. They have a meeting. They tell each other what's happening in all the municipalities. And I'm sure they come up with this decision. Very good decision. Is this going to be the right things? Nobody knows. I remember a few years ago we did Bridgeville. I don't know if Gateway was the engineer. Only once the contractor called me, being public work for this 30 years. There was a hole by in front of Deco's home. Everybody remember Deco's and Bridgeville. Well, I said, what the heck? There's no water there. So they put an F ton of stone and kept on going down. Then they put 2 tons of stone and kept on going down. Then they put 3 trucks of stone, finally it's gone. For 3-4 months, stabilized. I don't think we have a mine over there with this case, in my opinion. That could have been over there. But we took our time to see if we actually stabilize the road. I believe strongly, if you worry about this road, go ahead and approve the engineer's suggestion. There's no guarantee that this is going to happen, that they're going to find it. There's no way. It's impossible.
We understand that, but it's,
You got to do something.
yeah.
They want to do some, Lori want to do some, the residents want to do some. I think it's a good idea to take this extra step to see what the heck goes on over there. I don't think it's water. It might be. but we'll have an idea to put a sewer, French drain. Or with the water, what do you gonna,
Well, if you do that and you see the water where it's at, then that French drain might be the solution.
that's
But
right.
if we don't do this, we put a
You
French
don't
drain,
know.
if we're doing it, then we might be just putting back,
So-
you know.
It's one thing, then if you do, then if you don't.
I don't think.
Lori wants to do it, Joe wants to do it, you want to do it, so what's your choice?
Yeah. You'll find out in 2 minutes.
I'll make a motion to do it.
Or second.
Yes.
Isn't it more economical to check the storm
Storm.
yeah, whatever.
Storm.
Yeah, first, and before we spend $14,000. You just said we had some stuff.
Sanitary.
Oh, okay, hammer, that's a lot cheaper, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
History. Under most of Bridgeville, not only coal mines, but spring water.
Absolutely.
When they tore down Gregg Avenue High School, our Bridgeville High School, and they started to build, they realized they had to get more pylon because they were building on top of natural spring. So find out what it is,
Absolutely.
please.
We have a motion, we have a second. Second. Neil, motion Bruce, first, Bruce Gallardi, second by Neil Lyons. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
regarding the idea of hammering the sanitary sewer as part of our normal process, but doing it before or in conjunction with this study,
We'll do it.
okay?
Thank you, Lori. All right, current estimate number 1.